Students and parents, I want to welcome you to the 2019 State Championship celebration for Bradley Central High School Bearettes. Now listen, students, you got to be louder than that. We just won the state championship, so let me hear you. As you can tell, this is a big event, guys. This is a big party for the Bearettes. And so I want to welcome a lot of people that are here with us. First of all, I want to welcome all of our board members that are here. If you're a board member, stand up for just a moment. Let's give them a round of applause. I want to welcome our county commissioners. So if you're with the county commission, stand up for us. So as you can see, we have a lot of leadership in our county that's here supporting the Bearettes and supporting Bradley Central High School. I want to also welcome your Mayor, Gary Davis. So Mayor, if you could stand up, he's going to do something for us here in just a few minutes. Our Sheriff, Steve Lawson, is with us today. We have a former principal, Mr. Dale R. Hughes, is with us. And then I have to say thank you to there's so many people that have done so many different things this school year. Thank you to the SROs and all of our security teams. I've got to say congratulations to the Bearettes. That's why we're here, and so we congratulate them, Coach Ruger and his staff. What an incredible job that they have done to get to a state championship. And we've been close. We've been close for several years. But we are so excited for what they've done. We're excited for their accomplishment. In just a moment, Dr. Cash is going to come up and say a few words, so we want to thank her for being with us. Also, I know that Mr. Coggin came in. I know you remember Coach Coker. He's sitting back in the back. He's hiding. But he was one of the coaches for the Bearettes for several years, so we appreciate him. And Mr. Stevie Williams, I saw him come through. And I'm telling you, I hope I haven't forgotten anybody. I know we've had some city councilmen that have come in, and so we've got a great crowd. Hey, they're going to get introduced in just a moment, but let's introduce and say congratulations. Hey, thank you to the former Bearettes that we have sitting over here. Now that's a big deal. Parents, we want to welcome you. We thank you for being here today to help us celebrate. And we thank our faculty and staff. Without them, none of this is possible. And then my assistant principals who've been working hard. I'm going to turn it over to Steve Hartline here in just a moment. But before I do, I also want to say thank you to First Baptist. We had several donations and anonymous givers that helped us with our pet buses this year. And without the Bradley Central student section, let me tell you something, guys, that was big. And it showed in the ball game, so thank you to our student section for what you did. Well, at this time, I want to turn it over to Mr. Steve Hartline, and he's going to help lead our program. Steve?
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I said good morning. Good morning. How about it? It is an honor for me to be here today and to be with you on such a wonderful occasion. Well, I want you to get ready. I want everybody to stand. I want you to stand all over the James Spade Arena. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, your state champion, Bradley Central High School. Be seated, if you can. All right, please welcome the Director of Bradley County Schools, Dr. Linda Cash. Dr. Cash.
I've had the pleasure of being at the games to watch everything and have been so excited and on the edge of my seat. I want to again tell the student section and thank Lindsay Big Bell for getting so many students there. You were a game changer, so thank you very much. When I look at this team and I talk about this team, they are talented basketball players, but above all, they are wonderful, good young women. And they have heart, they have hustle, and they have grit. And the most surprising thing to everyone that they played against was that they are a true team. No one had the individual hero, except for Hannah, of course. We'll draw that one out. But they played as a team. And when you play as a team and you love each other and you don't play on a selfish side, you win championships, and that's what these girls did. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I had a blast. Can't wait to go back next year.
All right, we're going to continue now with the Bradley County Board of Education Chairman, Troy Weathers. Troy, welcome.
Ladies, let me first say congratulations to the Bradley County Board of Education. You made us proud. I'm an alumni of this school. I was here in 1976 when that banner got hung. And it's a special day because of that. And we had some folks here that was here also. Dale Hughes was my principal. Stand up, Dale. Dr. Steve Williams, assistant coach. Stand up, Steve. I know he's short, but he was a great assistant coach. Brian Pofer, would you stand up? He told me he was a scout. I wasn't real sure what that was until I looked it up. Now I understand. Sometimes I believe you've got to look at the past to have a future. The good news today is we don't have to look back so far. We just got to look at you guys. And from the bottom of my heart, from the Bradley County Board of Education, and from our system, our teachers, and our parents, thank you for what you did. The hard work, I heard you say this morning on the radio, it's practice, and you took it serious. If you're ever going to be successful in life, that's what you have to do. You ladies are the example. Coach, you did a great job, and thank you.
All right, now we're going to hear from the Bradley County Commission Chairman, Johnny Ball. Johnny, come on. Give it a hand, everyone.
Good morning. What a great day. It's a great day to be a Bradley Bear, huh? It's an honor to be here celebrating the state championship for Bradley Bearettes. I was a high school freshman when Karen Fields hit the game-winning shot in 1976. That moment happened again when our own Hannah Lombard hit the game-winning shot with 1.2 seconds left to beat the Houston Mustangs and win our 6th state championship. Hannah, I know that play wasn't designed for you, but just like the Bearettes have done all season, at crunch time, you stepped up like we've done many times before. Coach Reuter, you owe Hannah Lombard for the rest of your life. You know that. And may I say that Coach Reuter has never won a district coach of the year. But he is without a doubt the best coach in this area and in the state of Tennessee. And you'll always be our coach of the year. Thank you, Coach. On behalf of the Bradley County Commission, I want to say congratulations and offer a sincere thank you to the entire Bearette team, Coach Bruder and his staff, for bringing excitement and joy to our community and for bringing that gold ball back to where it belongs, and that's here at Bearettes Central High School. Thank you. Mayor Davis.
Thank you, Chairman. Good morning, Bradley High School. And congratulations, Bradley Central High School Bearettes. It's indeed my honor and privilege to bring to you a proclamation today that I'd like to read. It's a joint proclamation on behalf of the city of Cleveland and as well as Bradley County. It goes like this. Whereas the Bradley Central High School Bearettes last week, as we all know, won the TSSAA State Class 3 AAA Championship in Murfreesboro. And whereas this success was under the direction of Coach Jason Reuter, who has led the Bearettes to a 267-22 record in 9 seasons. And whereas the team has 9 District 5 AAA regular season titles, 9 District 5 AAA tournament titles, and 8 Region 3 AAA tournament titles. Whereas the 2018-19 Bearettes won the last 4 District regular season titles, the last 4 District 4 AAA tournament titles, the last 4 Region 3 AAA tournament titles, and 3 sub-state games, and made it to the Final Four 3 times. Whereas the Bearettes are the winningest team in the state of Tennessee with 2,734 victories. Now therefore, we, Kevin Brooks, the mayor of the city of Cleveland, and Gary Davis, mayor of Bradley County, do hereby proclaim today, Monday, March the 18th, 2019, as Bradley Central High School Bearettes Day throughout Cleveland and Bradley County. And we call upon our citizens to congratulate this special group of young ladies and their coach, Jason Reuter. Signed, Kevin Brooks, Mayor of the City of Cleveland, and D. Gary Davis, Mayor of Bradley County. Again, congratulations, Bearettes. Thank you, Mayor Davis. Our next speaker brought the drama of that game to me. I was out of town that day. I was in Charlotte. I had friends literally all over the world listening to Mix 104.1 online and listening to this man's expert control voice in his knowledge and his love of Bradley Central High School. He is the voice of Bradley Central. He and Steve Wills cover Bradley Central on our radio stations, Mix 104.1 and Talk 101.3. And as I drove on the interstate of Charlotte, and that last minute white-knuckled, and when Hannah hit the shot, I pounded the steering wheel as hard as I could, and my family almost jumped out of the car. It was a moment that this man brought tens of thousands of people around the world. Would you please welcome the voice of Bradley Central High School Athletics, my friend Gary Boynton. Gary.
Well, I know the students are missing some classes. One of them is history class. So I want to give you a little bit of history about our programs here at Bradley Central. But before I do, would you like me to redo the winning basket for you live? You're going to hear it in a minute on video. We've got 11.2 seconds ago, folks, here on Mix 104.1. We're down by 1 point. We've got the ball. What are we going to do? Coach Reuter's called timeout. He's got a game plan. We found out later it's going to go to Anna Walker, maybe, or to Jameer and Blair. But who ends up with a basketball? Hannah Lombard, and she shoots the shot that wins our state title for the 6th time.
1960, this school opened on O'Coy Street, which was known as Charleston Pike at the time, as Bradley as Central High School. It was changed to Bradley County High School in 1920. In 1948, to Bradley Central High School. In 1921, our boys started playing basketball, known as the Bruins, not the Bears. Shortly got changed to the Bears, but there's no girls basketball in. 1921, a guy with the name of Coach Jimmy Lovell, who was our athletic director, our football coach, our baseball coach, our track coach, and boys basketball coach started that program. We lost our first game, by the way, to McMinn County, 24-23. Coach Lovell stayed for 22 years as football coach, and that field out here we play football on is named Jimmy Lovell Field for a reason. The longest tenured, the most wins leading football coach in Bradley Central football history. 1922, the girls began to play. A teacher named Nan Roberts was the first coach, and our very first game was against Notre Dame, and we beat them 54-2. 54-2, first game. Let's move on. Coach Lovell retires and fell the name of Clifton Smith takes over the program, 1938-39. You may know him as Tip Smith. He's the grandfather of our own Ken Smith, who coached the Bears for so many years and broke Tip's record for the most wins by boys coach at Bradley Central. Is Ken here today? If he is, let him show us where you're at, Ken. He's here somewhere. Right there as coach. He set the record for the most wins by boys coach in Bradley history. But in 1939, Coach Smith led the Bears to a number 5 finish in the state. That's okay. 1940, he wins the state. Bears' first championship in any sport in 1940. 1941, he comes in on a third. Big letdown after winning state title. Y'all remember that. 1942, he wins another state title. First 4 years, 5th place, 3rd place, and 2 state titles. That's pretty good. Let's move on. You might wonder why I haven't mentioned the Bearettes. There was no Bearettes or no state tournament played for girls in 1957-58 because there's different formats of girls across the state. But in 1962, a man by the name of Jim Speed was the Bearette coach at the time. And in his 3rd year here at Bradley, they won their first state title for the girls. First gold ball girls in 1962. The lady who was named MVP is with us today. Sylvia Lauderdale, stand up. Wearing her letters jacket for that very year. Sylvia. She had a couple of boys pretty great basketball players for Coach Rowland, and one of them was a pretty good tennis player because he's got a banner hanging up there, 2-time state single tennis champions in 1994 and 1996. But in 1962, we won that very first girls' state tournament. 1 week after Bradley Bears, we won the boys' state tournament. Under Coach Bill Walker. Coach us by the name of Lloyd Hewitt and Steve Sloan, who are in our Hall of Fame, led that team. Steve Sloan's jersey is hanging up here. He's retired. Number 14, Steve Sloan. Probably the greatest all-around athlete ever at Bradley Central High School. Also, in that same school year, in 1961, the fall before we won the basketball, the football team, led by Red Hensley, won the football championships, a triple crown in that one school year. Never been done before. It hasn't been done since. In 1964, the Bears did not win the state title, but finished running with the Shelbyville. So there was another final. Got the silver ball. 1965, we didn't win the state title, but Jane Brock Richardson, Jane's here today. She was named MVP of the state tournament at that time, and we just finished 3rd. Jane also holds the record for the most points scored in a single game by Bearettes. Anybody want to guess what that record is? It's mind-blowing. She scored 93 points in one game for the Bearettes against, guess who? Cleveland High School. We won that game, by the way, 114-38. Let's move on to 1970. Bears won their second state title. 1970. And they were led by another retired number 30, Xander Orley Morris, who's in our Hall of Fame, and has her jersey retired. Defensively, that team was led by a couple of special folks too. Another number retired, 25, Rita Hanna was on that team. Rita here today. I had seen Rita. And a young lady by the name of Gloria Scott was on that team. Her number 13 is retired. Gloria Scott was the sister of Terry Allen Levi Scott, who came to Bradley. Terry has distinction in 1965 weight the color bearer here at Bradley Central. As the first African-American athlete. His brother Levi came the next day. The very next day Levi came, after Terry came to make sure we safe with a bunch of white folks. He came. Obviously, Gloria, two-time All-State, number retired. She was on that state time team. Their younger brother Alvin, whose number's retired, number 3, up here, local guy, played here, All-State twice, went to Oral Roberts. Went on to play 8 years in the pros of the Phoenix Suns. Retired and still lives in Phoenix. Alvin, Terry, Gloria, and Levi are the ones who put together the basketball camp we have each July here at Bradley Central. They have it again this year in July. We appreciate them for that. 1973, Bears picked up their third state title. Another last second shot when Liz Hanna hit the hoop nanny shot, a speed dog, to win that game over Warren 2 points. This happens to be the wife of Bradley A.D. Turner Jackson, who's with us here today, of course. We did get the MVP that year. It went to a different player. But Liz's jersey retired as well. Another number 25 was unretired for reading, so she could wear it. 1975, Bears picked up their 4th state title with a 36-0 record. Unbeaten. 36-0, folks. Ranked number 1 in the entire country that year. 36-0. They were led by MVP Dana Caldwell. Dana, I know you're here. Stand up, Dana. Dana Caldwell. Dana's number is retired number 5. She has the distinction of being the leading career scorer with over 3,000 points in Bearette history. Record probably never been broken. 1976, what do you do after you go 36-0? You do it again. We went 36-0 second year in a row. 72 wins without a loss. That's pretty strong, folks. Back-to-back gold balls in 75 and 76. Little do we know we our last gold ball for a few years. But in that game, a young lady named Karen Mills hit the shot heard around the state. And there's a picture. A lot of you seen it. You haven't need to go to the library and look at local English newspapers, whatever. Because there's a picture that Ronald Plank took for George Star of the Manor. And it shows Karen in midair. The ball has left her hands. And in the background, MTSU, the glass house that we just won, is the scoreboard. Bradley 43, Sparta 44. The shot goes in to win the state. Shot doesn't win, we don't win. Well, guess what? Karen, stand up. The lady who won the state in 76 is right there, Karen Mills. In 1979, things began to change a little bit. We went to 5-on-5 in girls play. 1988-89 went to 3-point shot. Also in 1989, another historical point for you history students. Our Bearettes scored 101 points in a basketball game. We've scored 100 points before. But you don't normally score 100 points and lose a game, which we did in regulation. We lost 112 to 101 in Chattanooga Curtin, February 7, 1989. It was the record for most points scored by 2 girls teams in the game in Tennessee until about 3 seasons ago, when that record was broken. Another Bearette, whose number's retired, number 3, Joe Yates, scored 57 points in that game, and we almost come back and won that game, but we didn't get it. So we move on. 1995, we did not win the state championship in 95. We finished second to Shelbyville. But that year, we had 2 girls nominated for Miss Basketball, which had come to be in the 1980s. Amy Karen Now Amy Gary McGowan, her jersey retired, number 44 on the end. And Paige Redmond, number 22, played on the same team. Both were nominated for Miss Basketball, but we have two girls on the same team nominated. Neither one's going to win it because they're going to split votes, and they didn't get it. We finished second that year. Amy Garrett, by the way, McGowan's our last name. You may know her son, Clay, sharpshooting sophomore at Cleveland High School. That's Clay. That's Amy's son. It's also the grandson of Barkley and Mabel Garrett, who were both on state championship teams in 1962. That's pretty strong heritage right there. That's that branded DNA for you. In 2000, we didn't win the state final or championship, but we finished, after finishing fourth in the district and third in the region. That was when they was playing sectionals and 3 teams advanced. Bears went to the Final Four with an incredible record of 19 wins and 17 losses in 2000. We didn't win the state title year, but we got to the state Final Four. Also in 2000, Coach Kent Smith, we mentioned earlier, his Bears went to the final, the championship game, finished second on silver ball, and that same year, Josh Hare won Mr. Basketball for Brandon Center, the first and only time a Bear has won that award. His number 42 jersey is retired and hanging up here. That's Josh Hare, 42. In 2001, we had another significant event. Was Turner Jackson's daughter, Brittany Jackson, won Miss Basketball. She went back-to-back winners in 2000-2001. Her number 25 retired, so we had Brittany and Rita, her mother Brittany, and Liz. Her number 25, all three wore that same number jersey. In 2003, Josh's younger brother, Justin, came to Brandon Center, playing ball here for Coach Kent Smith. He was nominated for Mr. Basketball. He did not win it, but his jersey retired up there as well, number 24. When Josh left, he was a leading scorer for the Bears, all-time history. His younger brother, Justin, was second leader. Josh had 2,100 points. Justin had 2,000. In 2005, we had another Bear named nominated for Miss Basketball. That was Jackie Pickle. Over 2,200 points in her career, became the 5th Bearette to be nominated for Miss Basketball. In 2007, the scoring record of the Hare brothers was bypassed by Terrence Oglesby with 2,256 points. A career scoring leader for the Bears. One was nominated for Miss Basketball but didn't win it. That's the state tournament. He also has the record for most points by a Bear in a single game with 57 points. And last year, I'm getting you guys here, me. Last year, we had our 6th Bearette nominated for the basketball award, Miss Basketball, and none other than Ryan Howard, which we saw playing right here on this floor, won that just last year. And we know, if you know anything about basketball, you know what she's done at the University of Kentucky. National Freshman of the Year this year, 8 times SEC Freshman of the Year. One of the very top scorers in Bearette history. So there's a lot of history for the Bearettes. One person I want to introduce that I haven't yet, Gloria Smith. Where you at, Gloria? Stand up, Gloria. Jim Smith's wife is with us today. And she will tell you she's the reason he won all these games. The only reason, right? But Jim Smith Arena was named after one of the coaches that there were 1,217 wins, an all-time record at the time for boys and girls, high school or college or pros. It's been broken a couple of times by some great high school coaches, but it will stand forever in Tennessee as the winningest coach of all time. That's the kind of pro we have, folks. That's a little history of Brandon Center basketball, the Bears and the Bearettes. And with that, I'll say, God bless and go state champion Bearettes. Thank you, Gary. All right, let's go back to a week ago Friday. Look at the screen right here. Gary, I want to send it over to you.
Jamarian Blair. Nearly stolen by British. Walker back to Blair. Ruder, the head coach, says when the cheese is on the cracker, Blair likes it the best. Getting ready to reach ahead. Looking for two more. Driving. Timeout is called by Reuter with 25 seconds to go.
I think you saw that's exactly what Jason Reuter wanted to do, is set up the next shot, maybe kind of see what Houston was doing defensively, if they changed anything, get a look, have Blair control the ball, because you trust her, you know she can handle the ball for them. See what you have, and here you go, now you have 25 seconds to come back out.
One thing that you need to know is if Houston commits a foul, it's a double bonus situation for Bradley Central. So they would be shooting two. And if it's Jamarian Blair in this tournament, she is 15 of 18 at the line. Let's take a look at our move of the game. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. Ah, yes. Melissa Carter. What a second half she's had. Injured in the first half. She and her teammate Jayla Hemingway helped Houston battle from 12 back in the third, to the point now where the Lady Mustangs lead Bradley Central by a point, 25.4 remaining.
Yeah, I mean, Lisa Carter right there, just 6 points, but what she has done on the boards, insane. 14 rebounds for them, 18 offensive.
Anna Walker has it ricochet off her knee by Carter, and it goes to Houston. 7th turnover of the game for Bradley Central. Timeout, Houston. What a play by Carter.
We're just talking about her, the move of the game. Hopefully we can see that again. Melissa Carter, wow. Not exactly how Jason Reuter drew it up, huh?
No, he's throwing it to Walker in that situation, but Carter gets a hand on it and knocks it off the leg of Walker. So now each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Something to remember here, a difference. Bradley Central, their next foul will be their 7th, so Houston would only be shooting a 1-1. I think you've got to look to foul quickly on Davenport.
Absolutely, you have one to give. Go ahead and do it. Get the ball back. Give yourself a chance. I'm just really surprised that that's what happened in Bradley Central. They get a look at the defense. They know what's coming. They come back out. They have some time to talk about it after Reuter calls a timeout. And then that happens. Just a testament to Houston and what they have been able to do defensively in the second half of this.
Big Moore says, I let my girls play through things. I have good players. I want them to have the freedom to play. And a player makes something happen like Carter right there.
They know the pressure, and he said they're tougher than last year. That showed in a 2 overtime semifinal game.
Already 7 seconds have run off the clock. They've got a foul. They call it off. They don't have the foul. Hart's only official calls a walk. 9th turnover of the game with 11.2 to go.
How about that as a break for Bradley Central? Didn't even have to foul, don't even have to worry about it. That's just tough defensive pressure. They got her in a hole there. And you saw that right foot just barely move.
Rule that came off the floor, moving the pivot foot. And so now, 11 seconds to go. Bradley Central with a shot. They have not won a state championship since the legendary Jim Smitty, who won 1,217 games, more than any other basketball coach during the period, led them to the 1976 state championship. That was his 5th and final one. They were mythical national champions. And they are trying to improve on that legacy of Bearette basketball here. Houston is trying to show that grinded Memphis spirit to hang on and win their first. 11-2 on the clock. Let's play. Lombard, Blair. Lombard.
So maybe that's where they thought that the
The timeout was
tour
called.
was able to actually physically call the timeout. It's not a lot of time. It's going to be tough to set up really a whole lot for Houston, but it's a chance.
You're thinking you've got to have a throw, a catch, and a shot. 1.2 seconds remaining. Lisa Carter will throw it in. Kaylee Hughes is standing in front of her.
Bradley Central and their man-to-man defense that we've seen from them all game. And they are tight. And Ben Moore said, okay, I see what you're doing. I see how you're setting up. And now I want to talk about it.
Timeout on the floor. 46 for Bradley Central, 44 for Houston. Full timeout, 1.2 seconds left on the clock.
Let's talk about this 1.2. They're throwing it in from under the bucket, so it really has to be quick, toss, maybe another pass turn on the shoot, right?
She can run, correct? I want to see the signal to make sure, because what you're looking for is about a 60-foot pass, a catch, and then a shot that would probably be 30 feet. If you can throw it further, all you need is a 2 to tie.
Now, here's the deal. You have some girls that can hit that shot.
They absolutely do.
23, Madison Briggs, and then you've got your Gatorade Player of the Year, 00, Jayla Hemming.
Hannah Lombardi, her only 3 points of this game. Carter to inbound. She runs to her right. She throws it our way. And it's out of bounds. It'll go to Bradley Central under their own basket. Hughes will inbound. Ball game. Bradley Central. And Jason Ruler. Now at this moment, the state's greatest all-time program has vaulted back to the mountaintop for the first time in 43 years.
Oh yeah, there it was. Let's hear it again. All right, I am pleased to, before I introduce our next speaker, I understand that a man who called many games, many championships since 1961, Corky Whitlock is listening right now. Would you give Corky a big hand? He can hear you right now. Hello, Corky and Annette. We're thinking about you today. All right, please welcome Mr. Bradley, Coach Earl Roy.
Man, what an atmosphere and what a great occasion to honor the state champions. Mr. Shoemaker and I were talking a few minutes ago. Guys, we're not in church. We're not in the classroom. We are here to honor the AAA Tennessee State Basketball Champion. In the next 5 minutes, I want us to rejuvenate a state championship atmosphere. So, we haven't rehearsed this, but I want all my cheerleader friends to come out here to the edge of the court. It's something really simple. And then, I want all of you old-timers to just hang on to your seats. You need to rest. I want every Bradley County who is 19 years of age or under to get on your feet in honor of the Tennessee State Champions. How about it? Everybody get on your feet. the great honor of introducing the state champs. And just before I do, let me also add to what Mayor Davis in his proclamation said. On your programs, if you have a program, there are several highlights of what these senior Bearettes have accomplished. Not only have they won the district and the region, all 4 of their years here at Bradley, they made 3 trips to the state tournament, finishing in the final 4 all 3 times. And of course, winning the Overland State Championship this year 9 days ago. They have never lost a district game in their entire 4 years here at Bradley High School. And they have a 68-game district winning streak. They have a 33 home winning streak. And of course, as we've alluded to, the winningest team in girls basketball in the entire state of Tennessee, and now have captured their 6th Tennessee girls ball, the state championship. We have spent the last 50 minutes making proclamations and cheering. But you know what? The stars of the whole show are seated right here on these front 2 rows. We're going to honor them, and I want you to let them know how you really appreciate all that they've done this year and in the last 4 years. Some of these will just be getting started. This is your first of possibly 4 in a row. State championship. Boy, wouldn't that be great? Here are members of the state championship Bearettes squad. Freshmen, if you would stand. Freshman, state champ Aubrey Reimer. State champ Caitlin Ledford. State champ Abby Walker. State champ Morgan Cartwright. State champ Percy Weber. State champ Siler Falcon. State champ Ashlyn Crittenden. And our sophomores, state champ Ashton Estrada. State champ Kelsey Carman. State champ Anna Mohammed. State champ Jemiah Williams. State champ and the MVP of the state tournament, number 33, our juniors, state champ Amelia Ruger. State champ Alexis Barnes. State champ Cambry Mayo. State champ, our go-to girl all year long, Anna Walker. And our seniors, and Lord, you girls have provided great senior leadership. We're going to miss you. Come back, cheer those juniors and sophomores and freshmen on next year. State champ, Caitlin Hollander. State champ, Anna Roberts. State champ, a few long-range shots, one from 23 feet with 1.2 seconds to go in a game, state champ, Hannah Lombard. To conclude, 5 more very, very important people. The best stat man, my goodness, if you want game stats in detail, every school doesn't have a stat man like this. Why don't you folks do? The man with the plan, Adam Belford. I want these next 4 individuals, if you would, to come out. You big from me. Because I know Coach Ruger wants to have all of you recognized. And I'm going to let him take a couple of minutes to say what he might. And thanks. But guys, this is to prove that you get overly excited. Stay really, really calm, plot the strategy, get the board and draw the X's and O's, watch countless hours of video, they put the game plan together. The coaching staff of the state champion Bearettes, Coach Keith Freeman, Coach Amy Tinsley, Coach Katie Frazier, and the head man who has amassed a tremendous one-loss record, our state coach of the year, Jason Ruder. Say a few things.
I want to thank everyone that's here. I want to thank these, first of all, I want to thank these young ladies more than anyone here. I didn't score 1 point. I didn't get 1 rebound. These girls worked hard for me this year. We left every practice right in the middle of this floor, and we broke it down, and our party word was family, family. And I've been at Bradley 20 years, and I know we got a lot of history here. And I want to thank you guys at Major Way to Murfreesboro for giving up their time to come cheer us on. We could not have won without the support of the students. You guys pushed us. I know, I coached, I played, I know you made a difference. We would not have won the state tournament if you guys had not been there pushing us on. And I know there's thousands of others that were watching on TV who couldn't be there. But this is a special group, and they've made me a better person. They've made me a better coach, and they've made me a better person, and I'll forever owe this group of players. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Guys, it wouldn't be, you gotta stand up. And one more time, let's congratulate the Bearettes. Knox, I'm gonna turn it over to you just a bit. Congratulations. Thank you for your hard work, for what you do, not only on the floor, but in the classroom. Coach, 3.9 GPA, that's the average of your team. So guys, you're getting it done in the class. Parents, thank you for being here today.